Hey girls, so today's video is unplanned as you might have read on the disclaimer just now. Last night I was just writing the script of the original topic that I was planning to take for the week, but I stumbled upon a question on a particular blog page. So this is the question, and when I started reading about it, I found so many other questions, and I was reading through it and I don't know, something switched in me, and I felt like there are so many women who are stuck in a toxic relationship, especially when I read the fact that there are women out there who are trying to forgive their men after physically abused by them or cheated on by them. So, I don't know, it's not scripted. I just read all the questions and my brain switched. I read a lot of articles after that and website articles and all, and I genuinely made a whole list out here, so to make sure that I cover everything, like everything that needs to be covered in the video. I read so many questions I can't even tell you right now, and I haven't even attached all of it, but the fact that I felt in that particular moment how much a woman desires to be loved and to what extent women go just to be loved by someone, and it's it's hurtful, it's insane. I was so disheartened by the fact that women are willing to be in a relationship where they are not respected, where they are being abused verbally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's insane. It's so disheartening. It's such a negative thing, and I was so worried for a moment. I didn't realize how to help in that moment. I was worried about all the women who were actually questioning these, and it was so hurtful to know that there are women, even in this century, that are being physically, mentally abused by their partners, and and they are planning to stay in the relationship while forgiving them. Insane. So, to all those people who have been in a relationship which was toxic or are in a relationship that's toxic, it's for all of you. Girl, you are worth so much more, and you are settling for someone just because you want to be loved. It, it's insane. It's, well, I'm literally shivering right now because I have overthought about the topic, I guess. But trust me when I say this, I came prepared. So here's the list, and I'm gonna take on the topics that I figured out are the reasons for women staying in a relationship like that. And since this video is unprepared, I'm actually going to look at these points to explain to you. I've just written down the points, and my handwriting is not good, so I can't show you the sheet. But there are around 7 to 8 points that I figured out why a woman stays in a relationship which is toxic. So we are going to start by first one, which is emotional attachment. Okay, I agree. I agree. I'm an emotionally sensitive person. I agree. And I think women do stay in a relationship because they think, oh, he was there, at least he is here with me. And they just get so attached for the fact that someone is actually there with them, even if they are hurting her in any way, in any possible way. But they stay. Why? Because of the attachment. Because they think it's, at least he is here. At least he is here. And I don't know why so much we are afraid to be alone. Like, you can be alone, girl. You can literally make a house beautiful to live in, right? You can pay your rent, you can live in a house, you can clean that house, cook for yourself. And I don't know why there's so much dependency on a man for that. Emotional attachment from a man who is actually not even emotionally available for you. It's it's not good, okay? You need to figure out that if you are with a man who is actually not available for you emotionally, but you think you are emotionally attached to him, then girl, you need to stop. You need to stop and reconsider. Then there's trauma bonding. Okay? Trauma bonding is nothing but you feel like when maybe this is gonna change, you know, We are living in a society where we are always influenced by films also, that no matter how toxic a man is currently, he will someday change, and we just hold on to that hope. Oh, someday he's gonna change, I will be able to change him, and I will stay with him, and I will make his heart change. No, you cannot. No, you cannot change a man's heart. Yes, there is a little bit possibility, but he changes himself for you if he loves you, which is not the case in most of the cases. So the next one is low self-worth. Okay, low self-worth. Now, as a woman, it felt disheartening to write this point as well. Like, we women, we consider ourselves to be so small, so vulnerable, so fragile, that we lose our self-respect in the process of loving someone, to being there for them. We feel like, oh, it's just a statement. He just hit me, or he just said something. He just wasn't available. Maybe he was just busy, this, that. We try to validate his actions because we feel like we don't deserve to be respected in that moment. And trust me, girl, when you are choosing any moment of time where you are choosing to be disrespected by him, you are choosing to stay in that relationship where you are disrespected, you are just allowing him to disrespect you more the next time. He won't stop. He's not gonna stop, okay? He will do it again, and maybe worse this time. Maybe you will just push yourself so down in his eyes that he will think of you as a cheap creep person, you know? And he will feel like, oh, she is always here for me. She just doesn't value herself, so why should I value her? Well, value yourself. If you can't value yourself, you will not be able to ask him to value you. Fear of being alone. Oh, first of all, I know in this current generation, we feel like we are the only people who are feeling this way, especially young generation. We feel like, considering myself as well. So we feel like, oh, we are just left alone. How will we survive if we are alone? We need people to be around us. We need friends. We need family members, especially friends, I guess, but family members, boyfriends, or girlfriends, which is not the case. But trust me when I say this, living alone as a woman is a privilege. You will have so much peace in your mind you can't even imagine. As a woman, if you have not lived alone and you are scared, I can understand, of course. But if you choose a right place for you, and if you choose to live there and take care of yourself in the right way, you will realize it's beautiful living alone as a woman. Trust me when I say this, as a man, it might not be that great, but for a woman, it's very great because you can keep a house clean, you can cook, and again, I would say this, you can make a home. So even if you are alone, you will feel home in your home. Okay. So please, please give yourself a little bit more credit for that and stop being scared of being alone. You can be alone. You are strong enough to be alone. And if you are scared, just start by going out alone. Okay. So you feel like you don't need anyone to at least escort you out, take you to places. At least start by doing that much for yourself. Hope for change again. So, hope for change is something, as the point suggests, we think he will change, which he won't. So, stop it. Stop thinking that he can change. Even if he can, let him be. Leave him, and one day, if he changes and his heart still belongs to you, he'll come back. And if he doesn't, let him be. Okay? You are not his mother to take care of him. Okay? You are not his mother to tell him what to do, how to grow up into a man. Okay? If he cannot be a man, let him be a boy. Social and cultural pressure. Oh, please. We all know this. We all know this. We are women. We understand this. Social and cultural pressure for us has been like put from the beginning of our birth, like from the day we are born. We know it. Okay, pressure of being the best daughter, being a beautiful woman, being a cultured woman, and taking care of family, taking care of house, all these responsibilities. And then we are told we should not compare to any man, we should not do this, we should not do that. Oh, please stop that. Okay, you need to start making the decisions that are right for you, regardless of the opinions of society or culture. Okay, trust me when I say this. You need to start making your decisions regardless of what norms your society has set for you. If you feel like you cannot be with a man, rather it be after 20 years of your marriage, just give up and leave him. You need to live for yourself also, okay? If you have been in a relationship for years and you think like, oh, a few years more I can survive, a few years more I can survive. No, you cannot. You have to take a break from that relationship at some point of time, and rather it be in years, just do it now so you will have lot more time for yourself. Life is unpredictable. At least live it for yourself. Financial dependence. Okay, this is a good point, and this was only logical point that I could come across. So financial condition is something that we all know. If you are not earning, you cannot survive even being alone, and you will also be blackmailed and put through pressure that, oh, please, if I leave you, where will you go? How will you survive? So, for this, you need to know something that can earn you money. Anything. See, today we are living in a generation where women can get into men's field as well, and they have their separate fields as well. Like women can go for pottery, cooking, baking, tailoring, all that. I'm not saying men are not there. It's a woman dominated field. And in technical work, in scientific work, in all that also women are there. So it's just you need to take that one skill and master it. Learn it at least enough to you. If you are alone living and you need to provide for yourself, you have something that can make you money. Anything, and let it be anything, okay? But you need to know something that can make you money. And as long as you can make a little bit amount of money enough that you can survive, then you are on your feet to leave a relationship. Okay, manipulation and control. Okay, so this is mostly when the man is bad, and women who are originally having that kind of mentality where they see a red flag as attractive. This is basically for them. Okay, so manipulation and control. You might be thinking, oh, I'm not being manipulated. Oh, I'm not under his control. But you are, my girl. You are. Every time you are having a conversation with him, just think about this, okay? You are starting with a point, and by the end of that point, if you are not getting the answer to it, if you are not getting the answer to that point, then that means he manipulated you, okay? And you can start by very small one, okay? Start by any kind of question that can that you know will trigger him, okay? And you will see by the end of the conversation you didn't get answer for that question, rather you got manipulated in a different direction, completely different direction, and you are trying to blame yourself for even starting this conversation. So, and trust me, there are many guys out there who do it, and then they would say, you are a smart girl, just to make you feel, oh, oh, I am smart. Oh, that's why I was able to figure out I am to be blamed for this question. Well, you are not to be blamed for that question, girl. He is to be blamed for starting it at all. Then, well, the last one, and trust me, this is an important one. Not everyone will feel connected to this one, but some of you will. So it's children and family. Well, trust me when I say this, I understand. I have seen a lot of people going through this, and so many people not being able to end their relationships just because they are stuck in a marriage which is very toxic, very, very toxic. Maybe even physical abuse and domestic violence kind of things are happening, but they don't leave that relationship just because of their kids or family reputation. Girl, women, after all, I would say. So, as disheartening as it is, please trust me when I say this, you would not want your kid to be grown up with a man who is just not worthy. Just imagine your kid being in a shade of man who is so toxic. Who is so toxic. Will you really want that? It's just scary for them as well. And it's even scary. Just imagine your small little kid to grow up into a man like him. Would you really want that? Or your girl child to grow up in the shades of man like that and just being afraid of every other man when she goes out? Would you really want to set that kind of standards for your kid? And trust me when I say this, childhood trauma is really, really, really terrible for kids. And it never leaves them. Like literally never leaves them. So when you're choosing to stay with a man who is so toxic, who abuses you, you are not doing it for your kid. Not at all. Rather, you are just putting your kid into a situation where he would blend into that, but you'd never know what kind of impact it is making on his brain, what kind of personality traits he is going to inherit from him. So choose it, choose it. And reputation, family reputation is not your thing. It's not your responsibility to hold on to reputations of both the families. It's you. It's you who's going to matter throughout your life, not everyone else. And I would consider both the situations. You are either with a kid or without a kid, and in both the situations, your families will try to, you know, force you or convince you to be in the relationship to stay as long as you can. And trust me when I say this, as long as you can is always and forever. Every time this would happen, every time they will say the same. So just stop on the first time itself if you can. And even today, it's not late. Take a stand for yourself to spend the rest of your days with love, glory, and peace. Peace, especially. You are so much worth more than what you think. Start believing in yourself and just do it for yourself. See, when I say this, no one, literally no one cares for you except yourself. So just do it for yourself. Well, that concludes all the points, but we have more. When I went through all these points, I felt like there should be a way for everyone to, you know, think about how they can change, how they can get better from, how they can come out of this relationship thing. There must be some solution. So I did. I did prepare a list and, of course, several points which I thought I can do. So to help you out, I have listed a few points. I hope this can help at least some of you. So I'll point out the solutions. First, realize and decide. Acknowledgement. As easy as it sounds, there are things, there are issues that you are trying to just hide under the sheets, but don't. Look at it raw and clear. If he says something that you think is trying to manipulate you into thinking something else, or any of his action, emotional unavailability, or any sort of red flag that you are trying to, look past through, don't. Stop and acknowledge it in that very moment itself. Okay, any kind of verbal abuse, even if he abuses his friends very badly, especially female friends very badly, or see how he's treating other women in front of you. Even the starting of the relationship, a lot of men are very careful to, create an image of themselves in front of you. So they will, but of course, personality traits, they show up sometimes. And he would say, oh, please, we are friends and we do these things. Don't fall for it. If he is abusive to all. If he has anger issues, he has anger issues for all. You are not a special girl. And so acknowledge it first of all. Acknowledge when you see a red flag in a man. Then realize your self-worth. Self-worth is very important. Set clear boundaries. If he abuses you, just take a stand for yourself in any possible ways. Just say this is not gonna be something that I will tolerate in a relationship, and make it so clear, like very clear, and stand by it. If this happens, you leave that relationship. There's no second chance, third chance to wait forever. No. Take that chance and leave that relationship. Set clear boundaries, like very clear boundaries that I won't tolerate this. Please be clear that there's a difference between genuine reasons and excuses. Then, this is an important one, learn a skill. Learn a skill that you can. Please don't think about a man while you are studying, or while you are learning something, while you are doing something important, while you are at work. Don't think about it. When you are doing something for yourself, do it completely, honestly, and focus on it. Learn something that can make you money. Okay? And not for fun, okay? Oh, I will learn it, but for fun, no. At least one to two skills you must have that can make you money. Even if it's something small like stitching, crocheting, or pottery, or cooking, baking, or something technical, preparing for an exam or something, do it. Just do something that can make you money in the longer days, longer term. Then this is for, I think, married women mostly, but get support. Get support from someone. And some toxic relationship where the man is like, I will die if you leave me, I will cut off my hand or something. So in that case also this might help. Get support from a trusted friend, his family member, your family member, legal help, of course. And trust me when I say this, there are so many people who can help you in legal ways. Like trust me for this one. I've seen so many women and so many domestic violence cases which are false, and yet police help the women only. So trust me when I say this, you will be helped. If your case is genuine, just go ahead with it. And no, I'm not at all trying to encourage anyone for falsely accusing their partner for domestic violence. No one would say that, okay? So this is just for safety reasons. Like legal help is important. And especially in cases like that, you never know what can happen. And a man who is psychologically ill can actually get to any state. So better you have something legal with evidence that you can submit in before you plan to exit that relationship, or at least a trusted friend or family member by your side who would help you as a witness. Then, so this was a little bit serious thing. Then this one is to a smaller term, cut off contact. This is basically for the short term relationships. Just cut off the contact and get away from that relationship as early as possible in your relationship stage. Do it. Don't ignore those red flags thinking, oh, my baby is trying to change for me. No, he's not trying to change for you. He's trying to fool you out and lower your expectations so that he keeps continuing to do it and you don't figure out that you are being a stupid woman. Okay. Okay, and this is also for marriage women mostly. Create a safe exit plan. And when I say safe exit plan, it means financially. You need to have something if you are planning to leave a marriage. Divorce can take a lot of time, and you will have to survive all that time. So, if you are having a child, then also you need a safe exit plan. You need to have some emergency fund with you if you are planning to leave a relationship like that. Well, and create a safe exit plan is not something small. And I know as much brainstorming as I wanted to do with the topic. It was tough. It was scary, especially when I was trying to imagine for the children. But I know how important it is. I know how important it is for their well-being, for their upbringing, for their whole life. So it's important for them, especially financially, and have a legal help around your side, because in family cases you cannot depend on family either, friends either. They will try to talk you out only, mostly. So better to get some legal help, a lawyer by your side or something if needed, of course. So, and one of the most stupid kind of thing that I read across was women trying to come clear to their men. Like, like what are you even planning? I will change him by a particular conversation. Huh? No, you cannot. You can never do that. Like, get clear with this, girl. Like, you need to be clear on this topic, okay? You cannot change him. And coming clear to him is never the right option. Yes, a lot of people say, and as much as I believe that communication is the key, in this case, it's not. It's stupid. If you are coming across a man who has anger issues, who can physically abuse you, and you are coming across to him saying, oh, you know what, your personality traits doing this particular things are toxic and I want you to change, no matter how politely loving way you are trying to say this, he is not going to consider that. He will simply think, oh, my masks are getting weirder, I need to do something, and that something can be anything. Don't come clear to him, especially not alone. Never alone. Don't. Don't come across clearly. No need to be that woman who is trying to change him still, okay? Or you are trying like, oh, when I will tell him that I'm going through all this, maybe he will change for me, maybe his heart will change in that particular moment. No, girl, it won't. It won't. All you are trying to actually do it to put yourself in a situation where you can be physically harmed also. You never know what things men can take on their ego. Just think about all the good days that you can spend rather than being with him. And with that, I hope this video can help anyone, and I hope you all can be safe and be in a good relationship, and be happy. Stay safe, stay happy, and don't be scared when you are coming across such a situation. Be smart enough to handle it, be smart enough to come out of it, and don't get manipulated. If you have anything that you really want to share with me, or any personal situation that you want to share, you can share it in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure to comment if it's helpful. Bye bye, till the next time.